Good evening. Welcome to this week's Three Fish on the Shirt. We're a bit despondent again. We've got some pictures of us outside Valley Parade with the old big lip out, looking at some horse shit, which was pretty much summed up the day in terms of the match. And that followed up from the Accrington game, which was on New Year's Day. So, welcome, Steve, again, but in more sadder circumstances this week.
Yeah, 2 defeats. Hi, Dave. Good evening. Yes, just getting over the Bradford defeat. As we were both there, very
Yeah.
disappointing game. Very disappointing performance by Town.
It goes in the folder marked "Good days out, spoilt by the match."
Absolutely, a few of them.
Yeah, no, a good day out, but yeah, really disappointing effort as well as performance. I think you got the impression that there was no oomph behind us at all. We never really got going. I think I've not seen any dissenting voices on what the performance was like from anybody. Not David
No,
Artell, not fans, not even the most positive fans would tell you that was
no,
any redeeming parts of that performance.
there's nothing you could tell straight away within 10 minutes. Like, what's going on here? How about both teams? To be honest, we're looking a bit slow and lethargic, and even Bradford looked like everything they did looked like they were playing for a draw to me, coming for slow walk to a corner, and
Yeah, yeah,
but
they were
and
taking their
Town just
time, weren't they? Town just looked
they
leggy.
were
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were taking their time, and it was just no energy about either team, and just they had more in the second half than we did.
yeah. And when we
So,
when we were trying to get out from the back, we seemed to play it wide left to Barrington, who ended up playing most of his time with his back to
yeah, going
goal,
backwards.
going towards our goal, which was bizarre. And
So,
I can't help but think that Luca would have been better deployed in that particular area, albeit probably on the other side, um, to try and get out to get us out because he's good at rolling a player and getting moving forward. But without us having Green, there was just
yeah,
no go forward at all, was there?
no, there was nothing at all. Just Luca would have been a better option. And David Artell said he sort of said, should I have started him? Maybe. Who knows? David Artell sees what we saw in most games now. He admits to that.
Yeah,
He doesn't cover it up.
no,
Like Saturday, he said we were trying to do things in midfield, like Svan Thorson, turn players when there was no backup, sort of thing, and losing
yeah,
the ball, and then they were away every
yeah.
time.
But I think
You
Sven Thornton's got the skill to do some of those things, as I said at the weekend. But I think at times he's like doing it not confidently. He's
Yeah,
lacking the confidence of his conviction. If he did it wholeheartedly, I think he'd get away with it some of the time. Like he
yeah,
did in the I've called back to the Chef Wednesday game where he got the ball deep and skinned somebody and went inside him and got us forward. But on Saturday, it just seemed like he was not half-hearted in the effort, but half-hearted in the belief that he could carry it off.
in the attempt, yeah, and where he was trying to do little tricks was like right in the middle of the park, sort of just in their half. But then if you lose it there, and then which he did a few times, and then we're away,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then we're
yeah.
tracking back. The
And
amount of times that happened.
if you look at the completed passes, I would think we had a better completed passes rate to Bradford players than we did to our own.
After play, yeah. And there was second half. There was one Hume we saw, didn't we? Played trying to play a ball down the side, and he went straight to their player.
Yeah,
Didn't get, and David Artell had a go at him,
say tore
and
him
then
off a
he
strip.
did that bit, and he wasn't happy. Hume, he was
Yeah,
like waving his arms, and I think it all came to a bit of a head there. It was all like, we're knackered. We can't. He said, like, I'm trying.
yeah.
That's what he was trying to say, I
I
think.
think so. Yeah, Davis was looking jaded at the end as well. I mean, he's had a long injury layoff and what have you, but there was a point where there
Yeah.
was a ball that looked eminently gettable, and he just gave up on it, and he was right in front of us, and we were like, "Get it then!"
Yeah, he did. He sort of said, I'm not going for that. And he thought, I better do because it's not going out.
Yeah, and it was just like
Yeah.
lack of I don't know awareness of where the ball was going and lack of
Yeah.
effort. Whether that was down to tiredness or misjudgment or whatever, I don't know. But it's not a great optic to 2,500 town fans, 2.1 thousand town fans,
That was it.
sat right in front of him.
That's it. Fantastic. support. Oh, what a crowd for a League Two game,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was just didn't turn up.
No,
But
so
they've got a week off now, so
well,
there's
yeah,
no
and we've got
excuses.
2 big games coming up, but they're both Saturdays, so we've got Saturday to Saturday, 2 weeks running, so there can't be any excuses of jadedness or anything like that this week. They can
No.
perfectly prepare, and after that, week off, prior to the Christmas break, they had 2 good results, so fingers crossed.
I
Um,
see. We've got to think. Right, we've got two big home games coming.
yeah,
So, but the Bradford game was just you just build it. You're looking forward to it, and the game.
yeah. Oh, no,
And I didn't think Bradford were that good. They were good, but I think we made them look a lot better than what they were. I think
yeah.
they grew in confidence, thinking second half they thought, well, we can beat these. But we made them look better than what there was
I
because we were just poor.
I agree with that, and I think, even though we were poor, we looked like we're gonna make it to half-time 0-0, and, you know,
Mm.
sucker punches of all sucker punches, we let one in right in the last seconds of the half, which is absolute killer for the half-time team talk, isn't it?
Well, as David Artell said, he said it changes everything in at half time. What they're
Yeah,
going to say, how they're going to approach the game.
and
And
with
it's
no
the
time
worst tonight.
with no time to prepare, you're almost ready for that, right? It's 0-0, lads.
Yeah.
Let's not get carried away, but
Well,
let's
I could
keep it
see.
tight and, see what we can do with it.
Yeah, I could see. It's funny. I looked over to the bench, and there was David Artell, Pearson, and Davis talking. I was in a bit of a conflab, just like 5 minutes before the end of the half. So they're obviously talking about what they're going to say when they get in.
Yeah,
Like the plan for the second half, for the team talk
yeah.
for the halftime, and then so because they can't just go in there and
No,
do
that's
it on
right.
their. So you can see they're having a right good discussion. I noticed that, and then the goal goes in, and it's like,
Yeah.
right now what we do.
Well,
So,
that's all gone to shit then, isn't it? With
yeah, so they're
when that
having to
happens,
do a little, they're having to as they're going back down a tunnel, I guess, to the dressing room. They're having to
do a rejig.
think, right, what's the plan now? Because we've got to tell the players.
Yeah. And then, shortly after the break, we let in another one with that daft penalty, which I know you said you didn't think it was one. I thought the guy
Well,
threw himself on the floor. We've had players cut
yeah,
in half in the penalty area and not been given a penalty this season. To see one like that given is a bit galling when you see what we've not had given. And handball against Port Vale for one. I mean, it didn't turn out to make a difference to the game, but it could have done.
no,
Blatant.
no, that's like, yeah, that's the penalty. I didn't think it was a soft penalty.
Yeah,
I
at
can't
very
remember. What was
best,
it,
it's
Bradford?
soft. Yeah,
He just went down like a slight touch, wasn't it?
yeah. If anything, and
And
I
it was
said all
took the
day
penalty
long,
one.
you've got. I think this is one of the frustrating things why people are on at the refs at the minute in League Two is you get 2 players running side by side. One of them falls over. It's a free kick. The same thing happens
Mm,
2 minutes later, and it's not. And it's
mm.
so difficult to understand the commonality between or the consistency between 2 particular events. And when they happen on opposite sides, you think, well, he's let something go a minute ago. He's nearly sized him down, and that then there's these 2 running next to each other, and one of them fell over and he's give it, and you just can't weigh it up,
Yeah.
and it spoils the game for one. And
Well, the
as
referee,
a spectacle.
yeah, it is, and the referee, he was making decisions that were angering or making both sides mad,
Yeah,
angry, like, and like you can't if you're bad referee, normally you piss one side off, but
yeah, yeah,
it was it was it was both sides were getting like agitated with him,
yeah.
and so and it was not an hard game to referee.
It
It,
wasn't no one
for what
dirty or
you
like that, was it? There's some tough
no
challenges,
bad
but
tackle going in
yeah.
or
And
so
and
he
that and that's
just
the point. It
he's,
becomes about the ref, doesn't it? And some of them, you think,
mm,
they feel important in front of a big crowd. And that particular ref has given out something like 32 yellow cards and 4 reds in his previous 6 games or something ridiculous like that. So, it didn't
yeah,
bode well.
naming no names, but his name's Elliot Bell.
Yeah. Didn't he have a name, one part of the ground named after him?
Yeah, Bell End.
The Bell End. Yeah, but one thing I didn't
Yeah.
realise was prior to the game, Bradford had only lost one in the last 20 games against us, and that was the one where Svan Thorson scored the winner. What turned out to be the winner. And they've won 11 and drawn 8 since before that, prior to us beating them
Flipping out, I didn't
4-3 at
realise
their
that.
place. And they'd lost one of just the last 14 home games and won 10 and drawn 3 of the rest. So I didn't realise the home form was that good because they seem to have been struggling in games where I've looked at their score. I thought, oh, they've not done any good at home again.
Yeah,
So I
whenever
was a
I've
little bit
looked at
surprised by their form at home.
the last few, yeah, I know they've been winning at home recently, but yeah, they quite drew a few whenever I looked.
Mm.
But we beat them twice. We beat them in the cup as well, didn't we?
Yeah, on
At
penalties.
home,
Yeah, so it was a draw
but
and we
we
won on
beat them,
penalties, didn't we?
yeah, at home. The
So
Svan Thorson goal, which we missed. But
yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, so with them they score another one, which is we let him run. It was like the Red Sea part, and he scuffs a shot that trickles in and bounces off the far post. And you think, wow, that's
yeah,
about sums our day up, doesn't it? Really?
it was a strange goal because I see him hit the ball because it's at the other end of the ground, and then with that big post in front of us,
Yeah.
you just see the ball going left his foot, and I thought, oh, he's missed it. And the next
Mm.
thing, it's in the back of the net after seemed like an age.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
But
them young lads in front of us were shouting stuff at us, and he wanted me to.
yeah,
He saw me pod camera, and he was saying, "Take a photo of me," and I'm looked up, and the cheering. I'm thinking, "Oh, they've got another penalty or something," and it gone in.
yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
that's
it was a
right. Yeah,
bit of a goaler. But one of the things we said on Saturday as well that when Janet's goal went in, and that it was a nice little goal, wasn't it? That nice little corner routine. He went
yeah. It
right out,
was,
stood on the keeper, and then at the last minute he went to the near post and then looped the ball in.
yeah,
Looked like a bit of a training ground routine. Everybody else went to the back, and
yeah, because it was good corner.
yeah, and great delivery straight on his head. And you think, great, that's 2-1. If we were at home and we're winning 2-0, you think, oh, comfortable now. You let one in and you think, oh no, shit, it's just like us to bloody let one in.
Typical town.
And
Yeah,
yeah, and you think, well, we can put them under some pressure now. Never materialised.
just
It just
didn't
didn't give
go
us
up a
any
up a
momentum at
notch.
all, did it?
No, and you think they're kicking towards 2,100 town fans. Just scored a goal in front of them.
Yeah,
You think it would
you
be
think it would
just
give a lift, regardless of how tired they
lift
are.
like, yeah. I mean, we was at the back of the stand, so sometimes you can't hear how loud the
Yeah,
fans are because you're at the
yeah.
back. But
It was pretty
they must
shut
have been
in. It was
loud.
pretty loud. It was pretty loud.
Mm,
And I mean, the
but
Bradford fans were saying
just didn't
how great their fans were. They only sang when they were scored. Didn't hear a
didn't
lot
hear them at
get a
all.
lot from them, did we? Really? Other than that generic
No,
putting on a show song, which I hate. But never mind. Personal vendettas
which song was that then?
excluded.
Oh,
That's the one.
everywhere we go.
You're at
Yeah,
home. That's an away song, surely.
yeah. Well, it is a yeah. Everybody
Everywhere we
sings a
go.
bloody
Yeah,
song now.
I know. It's insert name of club here, isn't it? Anyway, so I
Yeah,
think it's Least said best mended. Good day out. Spoilt by the match. And then if we just click back to New Year's Day, appointment with Sky Sports Plus to watch it because it wasn't a Saturday. Got off to a great start with Green's fantastic header, and then
oh, great.
we looked in
Another assist
control.
by Mr. Hugh.
And I actually think that if we hadn't conceded more or less straight afterwards, I think we'd have won that comfortably. I honestly think we'd have won that comfortably. But it just knocked the stuffing out of us. We tried and we played all right till half time, didn't we? And got that second to go in at the break, 2-1 up. And I thought I can't see us losing this. And and
I couldn't. I
and
was
how wrong
watching
can
it.
you
I
be?
watched it all. Yeah, and then we had a great chance.
Mm,
Svan Thorson had a header, was it,
yeah,
to go 3-1 up. I think Greeny had a chance as well,
yeah,
and he scored that. He
yeah,
should have scored it, the header, and he
yeah.
3-1.
I think
That
Green
was
had a
game
chance, but
over.
didn't he square it instead? And instead of shooting, uh,
Yeah,
you know, first half, the goals were really well created. Pike flick on for Green, hit the shot to the keeper. It comes
and
back to
then
Corey and he finishes great, doesn't he? And then you've got
Yeah,
the headed
Logan
goal from
finished
the
his
edge of the
second.
area. Just like a disbelief that
Yeah,
he'd gone in. It was like, how did he just headed that in from there?
yeah, yeah. It was good.
Great game.
I've tell you, I really enjoyed the match. I thought it was a really hard fought game,
Yeah,
fast football,
yeah.
fast, different to Bradford, like chalk and cheese to the Bradford game.
Yeah, and
So
then
maybe that's what wore it out.
you look at the penalty and you say, well, he's dived into McJanet before McJanet's even made the challenge, and then he's give it. Hartel's argued that how could he give it because he couldn't see it, and the referee's boss has apparently agreed with that, but he still thought it was a penalty. God knows what he's looking at. But he told Hartel he shouldn't have given it because he couldn't see it. Well, it just leaves a bit of taste, doesn't it, in the mouth when you get to that, because the longer the game had gone on, the harder it would have been. And that winner, well, you've never seen such a soft winner, have you, in your life?
That's just typical Town, though, isn't it? Sometimes it's just like
Second time we've been done away to a winner like that as well this season. Chesterfield, power angle free kick, blasted straight in
from the left side
through the rucker players. Either shouldn't get to the, shouldn't even get anywhere near the keeper because the wall should cover it. And in some cases, in certain schools of thought, keepers got to set that up. So if they're not in the right place, keeper's got to take some responsibility for that because he's got to get down to whatever. So I think he's a little bit culpable there.
The keeper,
yeah,
right, yeah. No, he's got responsible for the wall.
Yeah, and I actually though don't think he's as bad as some people make out, even though that's that he's culpable for that. Keepers, striker misses a chance, it's forgotten about. He misses one and it goes in. It's forever dogging him as always prone to an error. Now, when you say that, he's saved us 2 or 3 goals on Saturday. We could have been an absolute drubbing, couldn't it, if it hadn't been for him?
Well, I pulled off 2 fantastic saves Saturday.
Yeah,
so,
in front of the Town fans, that effort where there was one from outside the box, it got bless you, it got defended. I went straight back out, and he was running back and made the save the other way, didn't he? That's really good.
He did, and he celebrated it like he'd done. Like I like that.
And I said to you at the time that at 0-0, that's worth a goal, isn't it? Yeah, as it turns out,
it was.
That was wasted in some respects because
nailed on to score there.
Yeah.
So he's all keepers prone to errors. Well, I think he's a good keeper.
I think I could do with some competition again, but I think it's quite positive that we've heard Eastwood's 4 weeks away, which is a lot earlier than I thought. I must admit, he looked a lot more mobile than I thought he was going to when I saw him before the Crew game a couple of weeks ago. So that was good. So probably best thing to do from them 2 games is now move on and look ahead. But in doing
moving on,
considering we've and back to what you said about Artel gives an honest view, and he does seem an honest guy. Concern for us was after Saturday was 6 goals conceded in 2 games, and that was one of his concerns as well. So we know that it's an obvious one, but he's on it, recognising it, and we need to do something with it.
Yeah, two penalties in there, haven't there?
Yeah,
6 goals.
So. Well, there's 3 in the last 3 away games. There's been 3 conceded and 3 penalties. 2 of them unlucky. Well, all a bit unlucky, really. None of them are what I would call stonewallers. The handball at Swindon might well be you could say it was a stonewaller because his arm was away from his body. We'd have been saying it should have been given, like the one we ought to have got up against Port Vale. But the other 2, you could say 6 points. You're disappointed if you feel lucky if you get it. You feel disappointed if you don't.
Yeah, I thought just going back to the Bradford game, the first half, thought we defended really well overall, and Rodgers made. You could see him making right decisions all the time, heading the ball.
He was holding off at times as well from not getting him into himself into an awkward position. He actually played better than a 3-1 defeat suggests.
Definitely, we did, yeah. And
he gets some stick as well at times.
Yeah, and I don't know. Artel said just their first goal, just before half time, somebody didn't follow his runner. He didn't say who it was.
I think it was Terrell Warren.
Right, yeah. Naming no names, but
no,
yeah.
He might not, but from my recollection of looking at it ought to have been right hand side, out the back, it ought to have been.
I think Matt Dean said when he said, "Oh, was it McCracken?" And he said, "Oh no, I'm not naming any names, but so they've all got their jobs to do." And one of them didn't do it. Didn't pick him up. I think it was Warren, from what I could see.
He got pulled. Looking at the footage, he got pulled in. He got just sucked into the guys on right
Mm.
and thought, "Oh, I need to go with him." He didn't left the back door open. Anyway, looking forward,
Yeah,
two big tough games. The next two Saturdays, home to Chesterfield, home to
yeah,
Notts County next Saturday. 12:30 kickoff.
yeah.
TV
Yes,
game,
12:30. Hey,
so it's been on the
another
telly.
big game, but we'll be there.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
it
going
is
to be
12:30 this week. And for all those who corrected me when I said it was 1 o'clock at Bradford, it was one bloody clock at Bradford.
and 12:30 at home to Notts County.
It is, yeah.
I think that's where people are getting mixed up, because a lot of people said it was
Well,
12.
the early kickoffs tend to be for the
Mm,
for the
mm,
TV. The 12:30 because it leaves a nice gap between that and 3 o'clock. The one that we finished the other day, we finished bang on more or less kickoff time. We've got a yawn on. We finished more or less kickoff time, didn't we? So for the rest of the
yeah.
games, so they don't want to be in that position really. So
But
yeah,
it's big game. One of our arch rivals over the last few
always has
seasons.
plenty of goals. So we've had last
Always
season
plenty of goals,
3-2
yeah.
away, 5 all at home. We had the
Yeah.
playoffs, which is exciting. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting to see if there's any freshening up of the squad in the meantime. Whether we get anybody in. There's rumours about this lad from the
Well,
Faroe Islands.
yeah.
There?
Get some players back. Greeny need get whatever injury, he's got some sort of injury. We don't know what it is, how long it's going to be. David Artell said. So yeah, we need him. We need Greeny back. Doug Tam, maybe get him back and
Yeah,
get him refreshed.
yeah,
Uh, but we need a bit more energy than we had Saturday. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to the game. I don't want. Got to keep Danny Cowley. Is it Crowley? Cowley. Keep him quiet if he's playing.
No, it's not Danny Cowley. He's chip manager of Colchester.
That's the one. Yeah.
It's Crowley, isn't it? Can't remember his first name.
Dan! 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 Dan!
Crowley. Yeah, he had a fantastic game against us at
He
their
did.
place.
He now plays for the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
After his double dribble for the first game.
Like this, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's oh yeah. So we just need to win Saturday. We desperate, really need to win Saturday to keep us up there.
Yeah,
And,
and like I say,
and
we said again afterwards, could we be really for this season? Is improvement just missing out on the playoffs is finishing in the top half is a decent improvement on the season.
well, it isn't even now. We've won more games than we did last season.
Yes, yeah.
So it's an
Yeah.
improvement already.
So
Isn't
what
it?
you could argue is we've turned some draws into wins. The next,
Yes.
again, as I said at the weekend, probably the next stage for us is turning some of them wins into defeats into draws or wins, and helping out with that. But yeah, got to start somewhere, haven't you?
Yeah. We don't want to start doing the wins to draws.
No, that's the thing.
That's
But,
a step back. But
but
we've won more games now. This 12 games, so we're we're ninth in the table. I think at the minute.
yeah, which would have all snapped anybody's hand off prior to
Yeah.
the season starting, wouldn't we?
Yeah. So ninth in the table, and we're 5 points off. 5 points off automatic promotion spot now. So
Yeah.
dropping back a bit, but still good position.
Yeah,
Plenty games to
that's it.
go.
And sort of news around Blundell Park this week. It's been a year since we lost Cameron Walsh, which is sad, and can't believe it's a year, can you?
Yeah. Where's that gone? That's
No.
unbelievable. Can't believe that's a year.
I know. And
Such a sad.
the young lads tomorrow night see the games off the
Yes.
junior game, the
Water
youth cup, the youth FA Cup games off for a waterlogged pitch. So that's a shame. I was
against Spurs.
pondering going, but given the weather and how cold it's been, I can't say I'm.
It does.
I don't think I'd have gone.
Doesn't surprise me. It's called off because of waterlogged pitch. Hopefully, Saturday's game will be okay because it's. I think the rain we've had has been just unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh no, it's pretty
My
heavy
garden's
yesterday,
flooded.
wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I know.
hopefully get a
So I
nice
think,
draining off before the weekend. At least we ain't got a load of snow to melt to go onto it.
yeah,
Hopefully
I think it's
get the blotter
forecast to
out.
be cold, isn't it? But not wet now. I
Yeah.
think so. It's the game should be on.
Be
Hopefully,
interesting to see if the pitch cuts up anymore, because it has been cutting up even in the not so wet weather, hasn't it? Although it has been
yes.
a bit wet.
I know David Artell keeps mentioning it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
The pitch.
So, but they put new drainage in the summer, so obviously it won't know for it's compacted or whatever. So, yeah,
Well,
rethink in the summer.
you can't get rid of all the clay, though, can you?
No.
What's underneath?
So it's a lot of money, though, isn't it? To dig down, dig
Oh
that
yeah.
out, put drainage in below that, and resurface to a greater depth, and then repitch it.
Yes, tractor watch. Remember that?
Yeah. But the pictures, I mean, it doesn't look bad, does it? It's just cutting up. That's the problem.
It doesn't look bad. It cut up in the last home game, I noticed in
It
the
did, yeah.
penalty area. It was
Yeah.
big chunks coming out of it.
Yeah.
So it's yeah. What same for both sides. Hopefully, another big crowd should be in Saturday. They're going to bring
should be 2 full away ends for the next couple of weeks, shouldn't there? So.
Yes, yeah.
Good.
What we don't want is the away fans celebrating again.
You don't want me fuming on the way out, do you? That's why.
No, I don't want you fuming on the way out. Blooming heck. Feel like I'm sort of have to calm you down.
Yeah. Have to be calming influence. So
Don't get too close because your steam's coming out your ears, burning me.
Yeah. Have you got any other business before I wrap up then, Steve?
No, can't think of anything.
I've got a couple of bits of news that we can share on the guests coming up. I've said we've got some good guests coming up. We've got agreement from Levi Giles, the Grimsby boxer, to come on. It's just a question of nailing down the time, and also Mark Lever will be joining us in early February. So we're just
Lever.
Lever. Who's also guest at the
Lever.
He's also guest at the match on Saturday for the Notts County game of the club. But he's agreed to come on.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, so we might see him in the pontoon on Saturdays. He gets marched in front to take him to give the prizes out at half time, whatever he does.
We'll have to get a ball and chuck it at him so we can edit it.
Yeah, he probably would. He'd probably rise above Dave Smith, which isn't difficult, is it? But,
no.
and yeah, so Mark's coming on. He's always really well respected lad at town, and a good guest with plenty of stories. So I'm sure we'll get the best out of him there. So we look forward to that in early Feb. And on that, we shall leave it there, and we'll speak soon. Thanks for your time, Steve.
All right there, mate.
And all the best.
All right, Dave. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Bye, mate. Up the Mariners.
Hang on. Up the Mariners.
Up the Mariners.
This is TNT Sports, Adam Summerton, and you're listening to Three Fish on the Shirt.
Yeah, one great, wasn't it?